Welcome to the overview for the Team Marshall Ton of Fun 100 km challenge. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the ride, where we'll be going, where we'll be starting from, and where we'll end up, which is really just an out and back course. It mixes up a number of the rides that we've done over the years, but of course, as usual, it starts here at the kiosk at North Cronulla and heads off up the Mitchell Road towards Hume Road. We take a left here into Hume Road, down through the roundabout, past Allura Road, around Hume to the end, following the golf course, and we make a left turn there into Sturt Road, and from Sturt Road down Woolooware Road onto Captain Cook Drive, where we meet up usually for our Como ride, which the first part of this 100k pedal will be the Como ride, but not all of it. So we'll head out, as we usually do, out along around the foreshore, over Tarrant Point Road, down over Captain Cook Bridge, following that around past the Sans Souci pool, past the water police, and then up through the back of Sans Souci, past the school, and down Endeavour Street and onto Vista Street, and then following along around the bottom of to the Cogra Bay, where we'll head around on Ramsgate Road, and then a quick left turn just as we come up past the park, as we usually do, down here into Warden Street, just following this road around, and we'll just along as usual here, but we won't be going left where we go down through Cars Park, but instead we'll be going right, following the street around, just getting before the highway. We'll turn left up into Broaden Street, down the back here through the park, through where the footy ground is, and then we'll wait here for everyone to catch up at the lights here just before the highway. Once we cross the highway, we'll take our usual path around the back of Blakehurst, following this road around as usual, meandering around through here, a little bit hilly, as you know, for those of you that have done the ride in the past. Wandering along here, just past the shops here. Unfortunately, we won't get that smell of coffee because they'll probably be shut. Although most of you, if you do this ride, you'll do it solo, I would imagine, or maybe with one other person. But if you do, make sure you respect the social distancing regulations, and don't ride abreast of each other. Ride with a good distance between you. And then we'll just continue around down Kyle Parade, around the back, up past the Sea Scouts, following Kyle Parade around, crossing Connells Point Road here at the roundabout. There's quite a big steep hill here, so just be careful when you come up here. Make sure you stop and just take note of whether there's cars. They're often coming racing down this way from the right. Anyway, we'll go around Kyle Parade, just go around into, can't work out the name of that street, but and then left here into the Crescent, and around down. This is quite a steep hill, actually. Just remember, when I think it's here, when you go up this hill here, this is a pretty short, sharp hill from memory. I think that's where it is. Yep. So just be careful when you go up there. It's very steep. Make sure you're in the right gear. It's only short, probably only goes to about here, but it gets up to about 15 or 16%. And then we wander around through here. And this here, there's just a bicycle path through here. There's often quite a lot of walkers on here. And this last bit of oh, excuse my cough. This last bit up through here gets very steep, so just be careful. And then here we are. We're now driving through Oatley. Riding through, I should say. I'd like to be driving. And then we just follow the road around as we're heading now towards the Como Bridge, up through here, through past Neverfail Bay, onto the bridge here. I'll just give you a quick look at that so you can see where we are. So there's the bridge. So this is the old Como Bridge, now a footbridge. We'll come across here and we'll go down past through by the Como pub just down here. I think this is the Como pub here as we go past the footy ground, and just wandering around up through here. Somewhere here there's a stop sign. Yep, I think it's here. So you come up a bit of a sharp hill here, just be careful here. There's a stop sign there. It's a bit of a pain if you have to actually stop because it's quite steep and a bit hard to get going again. But just here it starts to flatten out, and we're going to ride all the way up through here, up Navarra Crescent, and this will bring us up to Railway Crescent and then into Janelli, where we'll cross over the railway line onto Janelli Avenue, and that'll take us right up into Sutherland. You'll go under the Grand Parade here. I think it's here. There's a service station, has a tap just here where you can fill up your drink bottles. Well, maybe it's not there. Not quite sure where that is, but there is a service station here somewhere. Or maybe that's it there on the corner just there, and you can fill up your drink bottles. There's a tap in the corner just over here. And we'll make our way now up through the parade onto Loftus Parade. Just keep on. There's a roundabout here, so we'll turn. As you go through the roundabout, you keep to your left. Again, Loftus Parade. Just keep going through Loftus, past the Tram Museum. Just keeps going along, quite up and down here. There's a couple of quite long, steep. Not steep, but yeah, they're going to take a bit of work to get up. Just take it easy. This part here is probably the worst of it. From here, you'll come charging down through here, and then it gets quite steep as you come up here to Old Bush Road. At Old Bush Road, you're going to stop at these lights here. Then you'll cross the freeway onto the freeway heading south. And then we're going to now head down to Waterfall. So it's just along the freeway to Waterfall. And where we'll go when we get to Waterfall, we'll go over the overpass here at Waterfall, and then just hook around back onto the freeway. Now I'm going to head north back towards Sutherland. I'd like to say it's all downhill from here. It pretty much is. Just take it easy though, along here. Back here, back now, back through Engadine, back through Heathcote, back to Engadine, through Engadine. Staying on the highway, so we're not going to go back the way we came now. We're going back down the freeway. But at here where the cycle oval is, where the cycle track is, we're going to keep left, head up into Sutherland, and then just down through the little back streets here. I'm not even sure what the name of that is. It's just before you get to the, you'll see where it's actually kind of one way, but just head down here onto Eden Street, onto Flora Street, just around the roundabout, and then basically head down to the freeway. You have to stop at these. There's a pedestrian crossing here. You'll need to stop and wait for the lights to change. If you miss them, they can take forever, but be patient because it's too busy a road to try and cross against the lights. And then we're just going to keep on going down Flora Street to the end, just a left and then a quick right around here back. Now we're going to end up on the Kingsway, and then from the Kingsway we're just going to go all the way down the Kingsway, all the way until we get to Caringbah. Just before Caringbah we'll turn down Banksia Road, which turns into Denman Avenue, and then down Denman Avenue we'll just do a little hook there. There's a little, it's a dead-end street, Phillip Street, but there's a bicycle path that goes through there, through Phillip Street, onto Kurnell Road, onto Hume Road, and then left turn onto Allura Road, and then the usual Team Marshall cycle out to Kurnell, around the waterfront, into the park, up through Calder Whale, round, back. But we don't do the usual go through here. We're going to go stick to the park road, back onto the Polo Street there, and then back around the way we would normally go, back around the roundabout here, back onto Captain Cook Drive. Needed a few extra kilometres to get it up to 100, so we're going to go down. Not even sure what street that is there. Sir Joseph Banks Drive, right to the end before you turn, where you turn into to go to Voodoo. But I'll just do a hook there, U-turn there, back onto the Captain Cook Drive, and then all the way back along Captain Cook Drive over the training ground of Champions, Twin Peaks, up here through Twin Peaks. Here's Twin Peaks here, and then back down along here. Take it easy. You'll be getting crazy down here along the Captain Cook Drive, where we normally sprint, just gently, and then in around the Green Hills Estate, usual path around there, and then back onto back here as if we're going to go to, but instead of cutting through the bush as we do here on that path, we're going to go on up the hill, and then back down the hill, down into Kirkwood, left at the end of Kirkwood, up Hume Road, onto Mitchell Road, back down Prince Street, and then we finish there, back at where else but the North Cronulla Kiosk. So that's 100.5 kilometres from kiosk back to kiosk. It has 937 metres of climbing. If any of you did the Five Fingers, that had nearly 900 metres of climbing over 50 kilometres. This has 937 metres of climbing over 100 kilometres, so about half the amount of climbing, really, when you consider the distance. So I don't know who's up for the challenge, but if you are, I think it's a good ride. Just take it easy, no hurry. Pick a day that's not much wind and a bit overcast, and you should enjoy it. Take some food with you, plenty of drink. If you are going to stop for water, make sure you stop somewhere where you're confident that it's safe and hygienic. If not, buy a bottle of water. Have fun.